Family and friends, welcome back. Today, March 22nd, 2020, I break from my usual message to cover the single most important issue facing our lives. For the first time in our lifetimes, we are facing a genuine threat of global pandemic, fervently known as the coronavirus or COVID-19. Although pandemics are not a new thing for us from the perspective of history, it is the first time that we as a generation will experience something on such a large scale. It is biblical when you look at the scope and impact of what is happening. The gravity of the situation is real, and as a result can be very stressful. So because of the plethora of information on the subject, what I will not be discussing here is all that has been said already in regards to the disease and the panic and disruptive behaviors it is encouraging. We are so caught up with the notion of testing positive that we haven't realized how increasingly negative the subject becomes. So today what I want to do is look at a few of the amazing positive aspects and result of this global pandemic. In the essence of time, I will list 3 of the most positive, in hopes of balancing our minds and concerns surrounding this pandemic. I will also cover 7 of my top positive things to do during this crisis. Yes, death becomes us all eventually, and it is deeply saddening to learn about so many dying from this. However, how or when we die is really a matter of God and His will. Those of faith, we must accept this. Those of faith must also realize that God's will in this moment is very much a moment for us to pause and assimilate what's truly important in our day-to-day lives. Yes, we should be careful, but not without considering and possibly embracing the beautiful opportunities that this disaster offers. Which brings me to what I want to talk about. The number one positive effect this crisis has caused on my list is a rare unity of humanity across the globe. Again, for the first time in our lifetimes, we get to witness all differences set aside in a genuine effort to surmount and fight together the largest war we have ever faced in this generation. By the time it's all said and done, we would have spent an unimaginable amount of money, time, and effort putting up a fight. A scenario I've always thought would play out as an alien invasion or a doomsday asteroid hurling from outer space that would ultimately unite us. But God's humor has it that a biological microbe has more than enough power to move us all. What this has and will continue to do is bring about change that will affect future generations and how we communicate on a global level. The second positive aspect of this pandemic is the effect all this shutdown has had on the Earth's environment. All these cars, trucks, trains, buses, and planes all coming to a sudden stop. These factories shuttering, mass production and consumption slowing down to a grind. Feels like an instant retribution for climate change and global warming. It's almost as if nature forced us to make a break and in turn give herself a chance to take a deep breath. The animals roam free, the waters clear up, the birds in some cities are all the noise you hear now. Ironic as before, we were facing irreversible damage if humanity continued in the direction it was heading. A fact that has been witnessed by weather satellites on smog congestion throughout the globe, a dramatic decrease in affected major cities. Think about this for a second. How else could we have taken such a dramatic break? This is why nature and God's plan must be trusted. None of this was an accident. None. No matter how it happened. The third great positive of the coronavirus is its ability to force us to slow down and take a break, spend time with family. How beautiful the irony. No school, no work, instead break an opportunity to not only enjoy a bit of social distancing, but also to spend quality time with those we care and love for. The level of interpersonal connections have increased tenfold in my opinion, and conveniently, we have the technology to make that experience even more meaningful. Sports and TV programming that would otherwise take up our time are also forced to take a break. We now have no choice but to communicate with each other and to entertain each other. Social media is evident of that. Speaking of which, the positive social media offers during a time like this is a very diverse, immersive, and entertaining social experience that alleviates the stress of social distancing. Just imagine if it didn't exist. Even if you are not active on social media but enjoy thumbing through like a fly on the wall, the amount of spontaneous information and entertainment is really endless if you let yourself go. So already we realize very quickly that we aren't doing as bad as things could have been. More encouragingly, we are all in the same boat together. As we do gather, however, on social media, consider this as a rule of thumb for every piece of information you take part in sharing. Strive to balance the amount of negative versus positives on the content you post. We must stay informed, yes, but we shouldn't die of fear with every new article or post that comes out. We can also stop disinformation by simply choosing to forward from credible sources. So, now, to adapt to a coping positive mentality, here's a list of things you should do while in quarantine to maintain a positive atmosphere. Number 1, worry less. Everything is on pause right now. Bills will be there when it's all over. Jobs will be like a revolving door. As one closes, another will open. So instead, look for ways to enjoy this gift of a moment. It will not last forever, especially if you or someone you care for is already sick. Joy and laughter are the best remedy for the moment. Do it as often as you can. It may just be the gift of a lifetime. Number 2, take the opportunity to love your kids. It's easy now that they are home for a longer period of time to take out stress on them and yell at them. It is not only counterproductive to maintaining a positive atmosphere in your home, but it may cause irreversible psychological damage to your child. In this quarantined environment, you must remember you are in control of your surroundings. It is up to you to ensure it be a good or bad experience. Remember, this is a historical moment, one that your kids, regardless of their age, will remember in some form or fashion. One that will be told the stories to grandkids in the future. What will it be? The choice is yours. Play some board games or make a puzzle together and teach them something worth remembering. Go camping in the backyard. Look at the stars together. Build excitement for the future and embrace hope. Number 3, exercise. It's a perfect time to get dancing into your workout routine. Listening and moving to music heals everything. Just do it like no one is watching. Or pick up that bike that's been catching dust, or buy a punching bag and just have fun beating it up every night. Number 4, eat right. Now is a good time to develop the chef in you. Plan your meals, discover new foods, and dance while you cook them. Most importantly, enjoy meals together when possible. Number 5, all that sleep you've been complaining about not getting, well, here's an opportunity to catch up. It is the single most important thing you can do for your immune system. Number 6, get that home project done, or clean out that closet or attic, or paint over that room. Here's that magical moment to get yourself organized like never before. And number 7, talk. communicate with the ones you love like never before. Take advantage of technology and video chat with your mom, your dad, your long-lost cousin. Have the heart-to-heart you have been longing to have. Forgive each other, mend wounds, and love each other. Whatever you do, don't argue, especially over this scenario that you simply have no control over. What's the point of it? Don't bring up past mistakes and judgments either. Leave the past in the past. Now's the time to plan for the future. Most importantly, don't give up in any way. Life is already short enough as it is. It is a roller coaster ride that will come to an end. Period. No point in dwelling on the inevitable or cutting it short. Make joy of every moment. Love all that you do with the wisdom that tomorrow isn't promised to no one, and that life's only limitations, its only obstacles, its only true excuses are the ones you make. Take all of this and get on your knees daily and thank God for His timing, for the opportunities that this event is creating. Pray for deliverance, for peace, for love. Now is the time to take note of what's important in life. Family and friends, with that said, as always, may God bless you and your families, and may He give us the strength to endure what lies ahead. Remember, this too shall pass. May you have a meaningful and purposeful week.